I think one of the most appropriate is the fact that life is a fight. Hallelujah. Tell somebody it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. I don't know. We like to think that life is just going to be a cool ride, but you just need to live a little and you realize that life is what? A fight. It's a fight. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 12, it says, fight the good fight of faith. So it's a fight. Somebody shout, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. He said, fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold unto eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and have professed a good profession before many witnesses. We are encompassed by so great a cloud of witnesses. It is saying that again you have received this thing, this profession of faith amongst many witnesses. So fight! Tell your neighbor, fight for it. Fight for it. And then Paul further tells Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7, when he's running up his race, he says, I have fought a good fight. What fight? The fight of faith. He says, I have fought a good fight, and I have finished my course, and I have done what? I have kept the faith. Keep the faith. It's a fight of faith. You've got to keep your faith. It's a good fight of faith. But beyond it being a fight of faith, listen to it, it's a fight for the faith. It's a fight of faith for faith. It says that you should contend for the faith. Tell your neighbor, you've got to contend for the faith. Contend for the faith. To contend is to compete for something. Is to engage in a contest, to engage in a fight. It means to fight for something. It says fight for the faith. This faith that has been delivered down the generations, there has often been contention over it, and guess what? It is now our responsibility to protect it and to fight for it. You cannot afford to allow the ball drop on your watch. I don't know whether anybody is hearing me this Sunday morning. You have to contend for the faith. You've got to fight for the faith. It's not just a fight of faith, it's a fight for the faith. Because you're trying to preserve something precious that has been passed down from generation to generation. The word of God says somewhere, it says, we of like precious faith. Faith is a precious thing that's meant to be protected, preserved. Is anybody hearing me? Listen to Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1. It says, seeing that we are encompassed by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Now you need to understand, the witnesses there, the great cloud of witnesses there, are the forefathers that were chronicled and listed in the whole of Hebrews chapter 11. Right. It's saying that, now listen, these witnesses is not just witnesses that testify. These are witnesses that have lived the life. That's right. So their lives in themselves are testimonies to us that if these men could do this, if these men could go through that and not give up, if these men could endure so much and still be standing, take a licking and keep on ticking, go through a hard place and still keep their head up, if these men could do this, then we are without excuse. That's right. This great cloud of witnesses that have gone ahead of us are looking down upon us. A cloud of witnesses, cloud, you know, the clouds are in the air. That's it's right. Talking about, they're looking down and saying, all right, we've done our part. Are you going to do your part? They are rooting for us to complete what they started. It's not complete till the last leg is run. We are running the last leg. Hallelujah. We're the last runner. Oh God, I don't know whether you hear me what I'm saying. Yes. You see, and if you've ever run in a race before, a relay race, you realize that the last runner is often the fastest runner. Because the last runner is supposed to make up for all of the pitfalls, all of whatever mistakes those ones that went before made. And you are without excuse. You saw their mistakes. You should have learned from their mistakes. God believed that you have more skill, more know-how, more tenacity, more strength to run the last leg. Right. We are running the last leg. Yes. Glory to God. Such responsibility laid upon us. They are depending on us. Now what a tragedy. Have you ever seen that relay race where the last runner stumbles and falls? Lord Jesus. the race is over. All the efforts of those that went before him are wasted if he does not complete. It's all about faith. Jesus said, will I still find faith in the earth? Constantly Jesus berated his disciples about their faith. It was so often to hear Jesus say, where is your faith? So often to hear Jesus, oh ye of little faith. He would say, if you had faith as small as a mustard seed, you would speak to this mountain and immediately would obey you. It was always about their faith. The disciples they didn't understand. A lot of the time they thought it was about a kingdom. It was about ruling and reigning and all of that. But Jesus always kept the subject that this thing is really about faith. It's all about your faith. Tell your neighbor, it's all about your faith. It's all about your faith. See this in the book of Luke chapter 12, 22 rather, verse 31 and 32. Jesus was speaking to Simon and he says, the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Now, this is a very interesting statement because listen, Jesus did not pray that Satan would not sift Simon as wheat. Did you notice? He said, I know Satan has desired to sift you as wheat. I have prayed for you, but what I did not pray was I did not pray that Satan would not sift you as wheat. Jesus did not pray that you wouldn't go through anything. Jesus did not pray that you would never suffer lack. Jesus did not pray that you would never be confused. Jesus did not pray that you would never have a lonely night in your life. Jesus did not pray that you would never experience pain and you would never shed a tear. Jesus did not pray that you would not go through ups and downs. Jesus did not pray that you would never have your expectations disappointed and dashed. Jesus did not pray that you would not have hope deferred that makes the heart sick. Jesus did not pray that you would not be misunderstood, maligned and abused. Jesus did not pray that you would never be injured. Jesus did not pray that you would never go through contradictions. But one thing that Jesus prayed that your faith would not fail. He didn't pray for all those things you wanted him to pray for. He prayed that your faith would not fail. I join Jesus today and I pray for you that no matter what you go through, that you will never lose your faith. Somebody shout amen. Because Jesus knew that no matter what Peter went through, if he did not lose his faith, he would make it through and regain whatever it was that he lost. No matter what you take away from me, you can take my shoes, you can take my clothes, you can take my car, you can take my money, but I'm not going to let go of my faith, because as long as I have my faith, I'm going to get back everything that the devil stole, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Whatever you take away from me, my faith will reproduce it. In other words, it's a foregone conclusion that whatever you are going through, you are not going to, you are going through. So you are coming out on the other side. When you come out on the other side, strengthen your brethren. When you come out on the other side, share the testimony, because we comfort others with the comfort that we ourselves have received. For us to have received comfort means that we have gone through something. Hallelujah. Away with this Christianity that gives you the picture that you're never going to go through something. That's not a true gospel. The true gospel is that in spite of what I go through, I'm coming through. As you keep the water outside the boat, as the storm winds carry the eagle higher, so shall the rising waters take you higher. As long as you don't let the water in your boat, as long as you don't let the water in your boat, all things work together for your good. Keep the water outside your ship.
outside your relationship. Keep the water outside your friendship, your courtship, your partnership, your fellowship, whatever ship it is. As long as you keep the water outside, you will be okay. You will ride over the waves. The problem is when you allow the water to get into your boats. In this context, the water is the contradiction. The contradictions around you, the dissenting voices, the friction, the various opinions, the worries, the doubts, the opposition, the negatives, the offenses, the ridicule, the misunderstandings, the fights, the weaknesses, the failures, the tragedies. Those are all those things. That's the water. As long as you keep that water outside, it won't work against you. It will end up working for you. Now listen, Satan's strategy is to get the water into your boat. That's why he works in situations and circumstances around you, so that hopefully he can get that situation and circumstance into you. Because he knows if he can get it into you, then he can take you under. But that devil is a liar. I'm not going under for going over. Jesus said, I'm going over to the other side. Guess what that means? I'm going over to the other side. I need somebody to help me. Get up off your seat. Go meet 2, 3, 4 people now and tell them, don't let any water into your boat. Don't let any water into your boat. Oh yes. They allowed water into the boat of their hearts, and it had displaced the peace of God in their hearts that's supposed to stand garrison. Oh, did you not read it in Philippians? It says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything, through prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the God of peace will give you a peace that passes all understanding, to stand garrison, guard around your heart. Jesus knew that what had gone out of place was their peace. Jesus arose and commanded their peace to be still. Once you can get the peace of faith in your heart to be still, the water cannot come in. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Satan will stir up situations to convince you that you're going down. But if you can keep the faith, as long as you can keep the water out, you'll ride over it. The other day, Jesus was walking on water, and the disciples saw him, and Peter said, wow, is that you? Jesus said, it's me. Peter said, you know, that guy is something else. He said, you know, if it's you, then bid me come. Jesus said, come. And the scriptures record that Peter stepped out of the boat and started to walk on water. But then the scripture records that as he was walking, he saw the winds and the waves boisterous, and fear entered his heart. He lost his peace. Fear entered his heart, and he started to do what? Started to sink. Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. For him to see the winds and the waves boisterous, it means that he took his eyes off Jesus. And once he took his eyes off Jesus, Satan had a means to get the water into the boat of his heart, and he started to sink. Don't let water into your boat. We're talking about the faith, not just your faith. The faith. The faith. The faith in Chicago. The faith in the United States of America. The faith in the world. The diabolical strategic attack upon the faith to undermine it. And while that strategy goes on, it gets water into your boat. So you are distracted from protecting and preserving the faith. So while you are dancing with water, he's pulling down the faith. That devil is a liar. He's a liar. We rise up as a heavenly empowered army, and we shall further the faith. Wherever we go, we shall extend the borders of the faith.